The IBJJF released new rule updates in an attempt to promote more action during competition, and they made important changes to their event registration rules. If you're in the market for a new gi, make sure to check out phalanxfc.com, and don't forget to use our code HAZENYA to receive 15% off at checkout. The IBJJF has given an official definition for stalling. They define stalling as a lack of combativeness, which is when an athlete is clearly not pursuing positional progression in a match. Probably the most important change that the IBJJF has made this year addresses the issue of athletes stalling in the 50-50 position in the gi. Now, when an athlete is in the 50-50 position and they grip the lapel or the belt of an opponent, they will have 20 seconds to pursue a positional progression. If no progression is made, then they will suffer a penalty. What do you think? Will this rule change result in more action, or are we going to see athletes eating negatives in the 50-50 position? Do you think there is a better rule change that will stop 50-50 stalling, like allowing heel hooks in the gi? The next rule change is in regards to the ankle lock. Now black belts and brown belts in the gi can turn in the direction of the secondary leg. However, the original rule remains the same for purple belts and below. They can only follow the secondary leg if the defender initiates the turn. The attacker cannot initiate this movement. The next rule updates are regarding registration. If an athlete gets promoted during a competition, such as they receive a new belt on the podium of their division, then they are not allowed to compete in the open class. If an athlete is promoted to a belt for which they do not meet the age requirement, then they can continue to compete at their previous rank. An example of this would be a 15-year-old green belt that gets promoted to a blue belt. In the IBJJF, a blue belt must be at least 16 years old. So until their next birthday, they will have to continue competing in the green belt division. The next rule update says that athletes must compete in the category that corresponds to the biological sex assigned at birth, as listed on an original birth certificate. There are two new ways to get disqualified in the IBJJF. Number one, if an athlete is registered in both gi and no gi events, and they are disqualified from one event, then they will also be disqualified from the other event. So if you sign up for a gi and no gi at a big tournament, and in the gi tournament you compete first and you end up disqualified, and you're supposed to do no gi the next day, you will be disqualified from the no gi as well. Secondly, if you are wearing makeup or you have hair dye and that shows up on your opponent's gi, you are disqualified. What do you think about these changes made by the IBJJF? Are they on the right track, or are they convoluting the sport with so many rules? Tell us in the comments. Like, subscribe, and check out ourjujitsu.com. See ya!